Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you how to change the oil on a 1988 Lincoln Mark VII LSC.
Seriously, I just had it.
I recently had a subscriber ask me to do a how-to video on changing the oil in their LSC, and that's what we're going to be doing today. The tools that you'll need for this project are going to be a jack and some jack stands or a set of drive-on ramps. Otherwise, it's going to be a little cramped trying to get under the car. You're also going to need a 7/8 socket, an oil drain pan, and an oil filter wrench or a big set of channel locks to get the filter off. And you will also need your new oil and filter. Before we get started, these cars were equipped with an air ride system that kind of auto levels the car. And if you jack the car up without disabling that system, you'll blow out your airbags and it can be a really expensive fix. So we're going to disable the air ride system first. I'm going to show you how to do that. The switch is actually located inside the trunk. Here we are inside the trunk on the driver's side. You're going to start by removing this cover from your spare if you still have it. And you'll notice that there's a little sign here that says air suspension switch. Reaching through this little hole here, click that off, and that's how you disable the air ride suspension. You'll definitely want to keep in mind that you want to remember to turn this back on once you're finished up with everything. Now that we have the air ride suspension disabled, we're free to jack up the car. I'm going to use the cross member underneath, and that'll give me enough room to put my jack stands on either side and give me some working room next to the oil pan in order to drain the oil. This is the point I was talking about, and you can see now I can get my jack stands on either side. You can use the pinch welds behind the front tires in order to jack up the car one side at a time. That's always an option. I did it this way because I didn't want to damage those pinch welds. One of the unique features of these cars is they have a double sump oil pan. And what that means is there are two areas where the oil is at its lowest point. A regular oil pan looks like this, and the oil's here, and you have a drain plug here. A double sump pan actually has two areas where the oil resides, and it has two drain plugs. Engineers designed it this way so that you had space in through here to get things like a steering rack or whatever in through this way on the car. And so you're actually going to have two different oil drain plugs to drain on this car. Another reason that they did this is to get the engine to sit a little bit lower in the car so that your hood didn't stick way up. Now that we have all that nonsense out of the road, let's pop the hood and get the oil out of this thing. As we look at things from underneath the vehicle, our front sump drain plug is right here, our rear is right here, and our oil filter is right here. I'm going to start with the oil filter, let it drain out, put the new filter on, then I'm going to move to the front. Once it's done draining, I'll plug it back up, and then I'm going to move to the rear, which is the lowest point, and then I'm going to drain it and then put it back in. And yes, I know there's a lot of stuff going on here. I've got a minor power steering leak, but that's going to be for another video. Let's see how lucky I am. Ah, yes. Gotta love it. Here we have our new filter. I'm using a Quarts red because it is better suited for conventional motor oil, which is what I'm running in this car. And what I did is just took a tiny bit of new oil and rubbed it around the gasket so that whenever I put it in there, it gives it a little bit of lubrication and it doesn't dry stick to the housing, and then it makes it a lot easier to get off next time you change the oil. Once your filter bottoms out, you just gently snug it up, probably about 1/2 to 3/4 of a turn, just hand tight. If you overdo it, it can be a total pain in the butt to get off later. While I'm right here, I'm just going to wipe things down and get all the excess oil that dripped all over the place out of here so that it just doesn't end up on the floor. Right, let's move on to the front sump. Now using a 7/8 wrench, I can't really get a socket on this with the car jacked up because the sway bar link kind of bends down and gets in the road. So we're going to use a 7/8 wrench just to break this guy loose. Now I just snugged this guy up. It does have a washer in there to prevent the oil from coming out. If you Hercules the thing on there, it can damage the washer and then you're going to be dealing with oil leaks. So just be mindful of that. All right, let's move to the rear sump. This is where the bulk of your oil is going to come out of, is the rear sump, because it just holds a lot more oil than the front one does. Once this is done draining out and it's finished dripping out, I'm going to clean this guy up, reinstall it. Again, just snugging it down so that we're not overdoing it on the washer, and then we can move up top. Moving up to the top side of things, we're going to remove the oil filler cap, grab out our handy dandy funnel, and we're going to add about 5 quarts is the capacity of this. I'm using conventional motor oil. It's 10W30. I know that that's not exactly what this calls for, but being that we mainly run this in the summertime, I'm using just a little bit of a heavier weight oil. Now, I know it says that the oil capacity is 5 quarts in this when you change out the filter, but I'm just going to add 4.5 or thereabouts, just so that I'm not overfilling it. You can always add more if you need to, but it's a little bit more difficult to get it out once it's in there. For the next part, I'm going to replace the oil cap. I'm going to fire up the car. I'm going to let it run for about 15 or 20 seconds. What that'll do is the oil pump will circulate the oil through the filter, and then I'll be able to check the oil and get an accurate reading. If I were to check it right now, it would read high because there's no oil in the filter. I know that 99% of you already know how to do this, but just in the off chance we have a new viewer or someone who's new to the game, here's how you check the oil in your Mark VII. Your oil dipstick has a little yellow handle on it. You'll pull it out, wrap a paper towel around it, and clean it off completely. Make sure that there's no oil on it, and then you will put it back in till it goes the whole way down, and then pull it back out. Then you can get a reading. On the dipstick right here, there are hash marks where it says max, and then it says add down at the bottom. As you can see, I'm right about here, and I need to add some oil. Now that I've added the oil, we're going to repeat the process. And we're still a little bit shy there. There we go, that looks a little bit better. We're right where we need to be. One of the things that you want to keep in mind is even after I added all 5 quarts to this, I was still about half of a quart low. And that's exactly what happened to me last time I changed the oil on this, so I just so happened to have an extra half of a quart in order to get this to the max fill line. That's just something that you're going to want to keep in mind so that you're not having to make a secondary parts run. And that's a wrap on the how to change your oil on a 1988 Lincoln LSC. All I need to do now is get the car off the stands. Don't forget to turn your air ride suspension back on. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got what you were looking for in today's video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing and supporting the channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Hungry fella? There you go.